Welcome to the Pimp My Setup highlights for episode number 109. The first setup was submitted by Ollie. Pretty clean, it's pretty straightforward.
The drawer thing where he has his PC on top. If it was the same color as the desk, or the desk was the same color as, you know, the drawer, the wood, it looks like he's into the, you know, these off-road trucks or whatever. If he had some of those, like maybe some kind of miniatures or toys, you know, like right beside the monitor there by the speakers, you know, I think that would look kind of cool.
Maybe if he really wanted to get crazy and he had enough room, he could get another Linmon tabletop and make the L desk for him. Ollie scored 73. The next setup was submitted by Alex. Normally, I'm like, dude, make it work with the space you got. But then it doesn't apply to everyone, because in some cases, you just really shouldn't. You just have a laptop and just call it a day. You want it to work. And I give you props for coming up with that solution.
Right.
But how the F do you use this and not be like, I need a bigger desk? Like, look at his hand. It's super close to his body, and his hand for his keyboard's all the way across the desk. Raise the desk up, make it a little bit taller. Don't use a chair, use your bed. And then that way, you're going a long ways. You could have the dual monitors next to each other. Alex scored a 39. The next setup was submitted by Andy. I look at the PC and I think maybe that's not the best spot, and it kind of is an eyesore. And then I look underneath and I'm like, oh, how convenient, a nice little PC holder. And I think he needs a headphone holder, and I think he needs to do something with the walls. Andy scored a 37. Next setup was submitted by Rodrigo.
The top shelf, I can see a Pentax camera up there.
Yeah, and a few other like controllers.
It's almost like he could actually put a few more things up there, you know.
Oh yeah, nice, use it to your advantage.
Yep, maybe raise up that picture frame a little bit so it won't be in the way.
And the benefit of having a shelf, a hutch, a sort of thing like that above your monitor is it's not taking up any usable like placement on your desk. So you can show off who you are without wasting space. But I mean, this is another setup where it's just super simple. And like he said, the furniture to the left doesn't match. And that kind of goes with being 14. Your mom's probably like, no, you can't get anything else. So you're kind of just stuck in this corner. But for what it is, it's really nice. And Rodrigo scored a 72. The next setup was submitted by Will. Other than the albums, there's nothing that has a distinct color flowing through the setup other than that little red section. So if you're going to go with the red lamp, which is a very bold move, may I add, then you need to kind of just follow through with that. Show us a little bit more. Even have your LEDs on your keyboard and mouse set to red. So people tend to hate these kind of desks, the leg portion. Do you like it or no?
The way it blends in with his surroundings, because he has that wood paneling and stuff like that, you know. But yeah, I wouldn't get it myself personally. It looks like you can adjust it. Like you can bring it up or something.
Which is nice, yeah.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. Oh, where are his speakers? Or are they just built into the
I think he's
Mac,
just going for the iMac speakers.
Right.
Which is kind of lame.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one thing, especially when you have room for them. Normally it's like too packed in of a setup to fit speakers, but you could definitely fit it. Will scored a 72. The next setup was submitted by William. So the first thing I notice is not even the setup on the left. I look at the retro gaming setup. That is super cool. Like really, really badass.
The acoustic panel is on the wall. It'd be nice if they were even. You know, it seems like the walls are all kind of what is that, beat up or something.
Yeah, I think he's got like a sword, honestly. It just seems like maybe like a lightsaber or something. He's like so hyped for Force Awakens. He's like, oh shit. I wish that the monitors weren't flat. It's just like angle them just a little bit, and it'll make it so much nicer to use. William scored a 68. The next setup was submitted by Damian.
I wonder if that center speaker is actually, it should be a little bit higher above the monitor.
Yeah,
I don't
know
if
you can actually hear it.
Yeah, or maybe just the angle of the photo. I'm not sure. But you can tell he has a really sweet speaker setup.
Oh yeah. Oh my god. Like the projector and everything, it's got to be really nice. The microphone, I just don't feel like I need to see it pulled forward. I need to see how it looks, because the way I'm looking at it, it's insanely annoying. I mean, you don't have the it might not be easy for you to clamp it to the side of the desk or whatever the case may be, but it just seems like when you finally pull it closer, you're covering up your display. That plant is a great idea for anybody that wants to
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, if you want to hide some cables, you put the plant there, because it's kind of looking like you know, the cables blend into it. Do you guys see some of those cables coming across? It's got like these nice LED lights that really, personally, I think set the stage. And if those lights weren't there, meh, you know, it's all right. But I think that the lighting underneath and above really set the stage. Damian scored a 93. The next setup was submitted by Alan.
There's a few things on a desk that could be maybe rearranged, like those speakers. You know, maybe just stand them upright next to the monitor on each side. You know, one on each side of the monitor. Right? Yeah. That scissor boom stand for the mic. He has it on, I don't know, a piece of plywood on it or something. It's kind of weird.
Well, yeah, because you can't clamp it to the side of the Mickey desk. So
yeah, okay.
Smart idea. I mean, you could paint it, but still.
paint it. Yeah, paint it at least, you know.
But yeah, I mean, it's such a simple setup, and knowing that you're 16, like, yo, props. Alan scored a 78. The final setup was submitted by Nick. There's so many things you could do to make this setup jaw-dropping and amazing. And people always say, get an ultra-wide. You have an ultra-wide. You can make the setup so damn good. You know, it's just so empty, and there's really nothing in this setup. The case is badass. All that stuff is awesome. It's just not a wow factor, but it should be. Your case is badass. Your monitor is badass. You have a lot of cool stuff, but it's just not giving me that, like, holy crap, this is freaking awesome.
Yeah, it looks kind of just function, but not.
Yeah, like you do work, and that's great. Nick scored a 70. First place went to Damian with a 93. Thanks for watching the Pimp My Setup highlight for episode number 109.